On Tomorrow's World Today, we explore the cutting-edge advances that are shaping 4 different worlds. The world of inspiration, where the wonders of the natural world amaze and inspire us. The world of creation, where ideas come to life from traditional arts. The world of innovation, where ideas and inventions move us all forward. The world of production, where innovations are mass-produced to improve our lives. From Invention Land World Headquarters, here's your host, George Davison.
For centuries, toys have captivated the imagination of children. But the toy industry, it isn't child's play. It's a dynamic industry, and it's driven by ideas. Now, have you ever wondered where all these ideas come from? Well, let me introduce you to Chipper Cloud. I invented him years ago to inspire our creationeers right here at Invention Land. You know, at one time, there was an idea for a new game, and it was called Take the Tower. When I worked on it in the beginning, it was an old idea, 4 marbles in a row kind of a game. But we wanted to innovate it and take it 3-dimensional, so the game would become more strategic. Toy companies have been innovating toys that have been on the market for generations, like the Rubik's Cube or the Etch-a-Sketch, as well as creating new toys that are based on new themes and characters. And in today's digital age, technology is playing a huge role in shaping the toys of tomorrow. So I'm going to send Tamara to the world of innovation to explore the toy industry, where imagination knows no bounds and every toy has a story to tell.
The toy industry transforms with every new generation of kids. From digital interactive toys to toy companies prioritizing sustainable eco-friendly materials, these advancements revolutionize the way children play, learn, and interact with the world. I'm here today at Spin Master headquarters in Toronto, Canada, to dive into toy innovation, where imagination knows no bounds.
Tamara, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. It's great to meet you in person finally.
Ben, it is so good to be here at Spin Master. I know we're going to have a lot of time to talk about this, but I wanted to kick us off with, kind of a big question. I want to know about the evolution of toys over time.
Toys really are a reflection of the culture and the kids of the era. And so you'll find that toys have changed immensely over time and in some ways have stayed very much the same. Kids play in many of the same ways as they always have, but materially, technologically, culturally, toys evolve and update along with each generation of kids.
Well, I'm excited to see how you do that here at Spin Master.
Please come inside and let me show you around.
Okay. All right, so let's start at the beginning. Tell me about how the company was founded.
The company was founded by 3 college friends, Ben, Renan, and Anton.
Yeah.
And this is the first product that they ever did together. This is the Earth Buddy. And as you can see, it's a nylon sock filled with sawdust, shaped like a head. And when you pour water on top of the head, grass seed would grow at the top like hair.
I would totally buy that.
And they sold quite a few of them. It was a very popular product. Their first product was a hit. And all of a sudden, they were a bona fide company. And so the next question was, what kind of company are we? And it seemed to be that they were a toy company. And that began a 30-year odyssey of working with inventors and looking for new products and new inventions to try and find the next big hot thing. And this was one of our earliest hits after the Earth Buddy. This is the Air Hog Sky Shark. And the Air Hog Sky Shark was the world's first air power pressured engine airplane. And through the innovation of that little engine, this allowed a kid to really fly a motorized airplane.
Oh, wow.
And it was a huge hit, very popular that year at Christmas. Popular Mechanics put it on their cover. Time magazine said it was one of the 100 greatest innovations of the year. And it was really, in many ways, the toy that put Spin Master on the map.
Ooh, is that kinetic sand?
That is the immensely popular kinetic sand.
I love kinetic sand. My daughter and I played with it a ton. Rubik's Cube, come on.
Probably one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic toy of all time.
Absolutely.
So very happy to have that. If we round the corner here, I can show you a little bit more of our history. over over here we have Bakugan. And this is Spin Master's first toy that launched an entire TV series.
Oh, wow.
Story is such a huge part of play for kids. So the marriage of a great story with a great play pattern, it takes imagination to entirely new heights.
So entertainment has really become a key part of what you do here.
So we have an entire creative center just dedicated to making entertainment, to making TV series.
Yeah.
And so here we have one of our most popular properties, Paw Patrol.
Yeah, of course.
And Paw Patrol was just that. It was a toy invention, a toy product that was married to a great entertainment concept. And together it makes it a play experience that it transcends just the toys or just the TV show to become an entire world for a kid's imagination.
So then what happens when you add technology to the mix?
Well, technology is how we breathe things to life. Yeah, and speaking of life, here's Hatchable. So this is the story of life. And so this is a marriage of very technical electromechanical development wrapped in very soft plush design in an egg, which itself was a real technological marvel, developing the chemistry of the material to make that crackable egg. This really speaks to the deeply ingrained stories that kids play out. Nurturing, life, birth, it's big stuff.
Well, you have shown me so many different kinds of toy ideas. Where do all of these come from?
So the toy industry is really lovely in that it's fueled by outside independent toy inventors. And those inventors develop toys and they bring them and they show them to us. And so every year I see about 4,000 new toy inventions.
4,000?
We play with them, we let kids play with them, we test them, we figure out how to make them, and from that we try and get to a smaller number that we actually bring to market.
How many do you bring?
In a good year, I'd say about 30 to 40 new toys come in from outside inventors.
So you've got to have something really special to make it that far.
We're constantly chasing the magic.
Diana?
Hi, you must be Tamara. Ben told me you'd be stopping by.
Yeah, we had a great conversation about how you all work with external inventors, and he said you could talk to me a little bit about the process of working with internal folks.
Yeah, I would love to.
Okay, so I hear the words magic and innovation tossed around a lot, and while we love that, I was actually wondering how that plays out in a practical sense.
Yeah, so innovation is at the core of Spin Master's DNA. It's really easy to see in a new product that we launch, but also in our existing products. We're always looking to innovate them as well. And even our sales team, they're finding new ways to bring products to market. Really, we define it as just a new way of doing something.
Okay, well, I would imagine in this incredibly stimulating environment that you get a lot of new ideas thrown at you. How do you find your ways to the good ones?
Yeah, we have a lot of ideas. I like to think of it, innovation as the cloud that sits on top of our product development funnel.
Okay.
And each idea is a little raindrop. And as we go through the funnel, the raindrops are getting bigger, some of them are evaporating away, and by the end of the funnel at the bottom, we have these big golden raindrops, and those are the best products that we bring to markets.
That must be really exciting when you lock in on one of those raindrops.
Yeah, actually, let me take you over here. I want to show you one of our golden raindrops that I'm very proud of.
What is this?
This is Bitsy. It is a digital pet that you can touch.
So I can touch this?
Yeah, touch him.
Aww.
And you can spin him around, and you can go to different characters. Let me show you how we turned the idea into a golden raindrop. Started here, where one of our employees found online this technology, which is a flexible printed circuit board.
Okay.
And what they did is it sat in the cloud for a while.
Okay.
And we first imagined it as a pet that you could interact with, and it was just the head of a cat.
Okay, I see a dinosaur, but everyone's got their own interpretation.
Yes, this is the cloud. Things are a little bit different in the cloud. Still, when it was up there, we were like, what's a bit more magical is if you open a pod and there's a full pet.
Is that a frog?
Yes, Mr. Frog likes to meet people. So this is an early one. You can't touch him yet, though, 'cause
Oh,
we're
okay.
still early in development. So we continue on. The models, they don't look great, but we call these our proof of magic models.
Okay.
So we're trying to get to a point that we can see where it's going to end up. And by this point in development, you can go ahead and touch that one.
Okay. Ooh, it's got a really nice tactile feel to it.
Yeah. So we've added our capacitive touch sensors on the top so that you can actually interact with it.
Very cool.
And there's been a lot of work, and you can kind of see it here. The team looked at the different colors, they looked at the different coils, they looked at where the LED should be to optimize the image quality. And by this point, which is towards the end, we've got a picture that we really like. But
It's a little loud.
it's a little loud. So we added in flocking on the bottom. Give that a touch.
Oh yeah, it feels like a jewelry box.
Yes, it's kind of like velvet, and that dampened the sound. But it also dampened the motion.
Oh, interesting.
So our programming team was able to compensate for that by adjusting the code, and it's all coming together to make our beautiful finished product with our packaging team in this great box that you can see on shelf.
I love seeing every step of the process, and also just how a decision that you make at one point or an iteration then affects something that you have to change further on down the line.
So it takes a lot of work. It's definitely a labor of love.
And does each Bitsy have one pet?
No, great question. There are 15 characters in each pod, and they mature at different rates based on how much you love them and if you're taking good care of them. So you have to be nice to your pet, just like real life.
I like the fact that it combines technology, you get an emotional connection, and as a parent, you're teaching some responsibility.
I could spend another hour talking to you about our programming team. But let's walk this way. I have some other cool things I want to show you.
See, this is why I love my job. Where are you taking me?
Taking you to the Spark Lab, which is where we test our products that are not on the market yet with kids.
So what kinds of things do you learn from the kids that you wouldn't learn from adults?
First, they're seeing it with fresh eyes for the first time, and their kid perspective. And so they play differently than we do. Second of all, they're a different size than we are. They have smaller hands, they're not as strong, and they're less dexterous. So seeing them play with our products allows us to make the best products for them.
That totally makes sense.
All right, well, go with me to the observation room, and we're gonna get the inside scoop of what they think of the latest Bitsies.
Ooh.
So here we are in our observation room.
Do they know that we're here?
Well, they know we're in here, but they can't see or hear us because we have the one-way mirror.
Gotcha, so you can get a lot more honest reactions. They're a lot less self-conscious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you ever bring your own kids to participate?
Well, not to these testings, but I test with my kids all the time. And in fact, on Bitsy, when we first launched it, I took an early sample home for my kids to test. And although they loved the characters, they had no patience to read the quick start guide and learn how to clean up after them, play with them, and feed them. And so the team took that feedback and we added a tutorial in so the first time you open a Bitsy, it shows you.
So the feedback that you get from the kids really does affect the development process.
Yeah, absolutely. We're making these products so that the kids have fun and they're magical for them. So getting their feedback is so important.
Very cool.
So let's take a look and see what these kids think about our latest Disney Bitsy.
So if you go there and you tap them, then you can see all your Disney characters.
Do they tell them anything about the product before they go in, or it's all discovering in the moment?
No, they're all just figuring it out. We want their fresh eyes on it.
Okay.
Yeah, just try tapping again. There you go.
Next, I learned about how some toys stay popular for generations.
Curtis, there you are.
Oh, hey, come on in.
Hey, it's good
Nice
to meet
see you.
So I have had a lot of fantastic conversations today about new products, but they told me that you could talk to me about reinventing and working with classic products.
Absolutely. So I work on the games and puzzles team, but more importantly, I get to work on Toy's most iconic brand, Rubik's.
Okay, how long has Rubik's Cube actually been around?
50 years, and in fact, this year we're celebrating its anniversary.
So what does one do to throw an awesome 50th anniversary party for Rubik's?
So we got an amazing marketing plan lined up that includes crazy ads, and it's got amazing activations, but more importantly, a plethora of new items.
Are you allowed to tell me about them?
Yeah, absolutely. I can tell you about one that actually is celebrating the 50th. It features the iconic packaging when it was first commercialized, and it's got a golden side to really highlight the golden years.
Very cool. Nostalgia fans are gonna love that. But what do you have for the fan who, loves it but maybe wants something a little new, a little different?
Let me take it back to one of our most recent successes. It's the Rubik's Phantom. So what this is still features the iconic 3x3 play, but we've added a twist to it by including thermochromic ink. And what that is by the heat of your touch, it'll reveal the color tiles temporarily to add a nice, unique way to solve. Check it out.
So, I am curious, when you're thinking about putting a new spin on something that's a classic toy, what are the things that you keep in mind?
We got to go back to the DNA and what the brand stands for. So ultimately, curiosity, creativity, problem solving, perseverance, all those things need to come together before even adding a layer or twist or modernizing the play for our consumers today.
Do kids even want to play with physical things like Rubik's Cubes anymore? Is it all about the screen?
Oh my gosh, always about the digital. So we do have 2 items coming out. The Connected X right here that bridges the physical and the digital world.
Okay.
And then on top of that, we have a fully immersed digital experience called the Rubik's Match Game that I can show you right here.
Oh, very cool. It really does take you into a Rubik's digital experience. And I'm seeing that you can actually build a world on top of your Rubik's Cube.
Immersive experiences, customization is key.
Thank you so much for giving me a sneak peek.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate you taking the time out of your work. I'm gonna go reconnect with Diana.
Sounds good.
I'm curious about where sustainability fits into the picture here at Spin Master.
Yeah, that's a great question. It's twofold for us. The first is bringing sustainable practices to our design and development process.
Okay.
And the second is making sustainable toys. So go ahead and give this dog a nice squeeze.
Oh, so soft.
He's made from 10 recycled plastic bottles.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Yes, 10 bottles makes everything about that puppy. And we've done it across multiple brands. You know, you talked to Curtis earlier about Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
This is our Rubik's Re-Cube.
Huh.
It's made from 100% recycled material. All of the plastic in this would have been in a landfill.
Oh, wow. What were the challenges in coming up with that idea?
There were so many challenges, actually. It took us over a year, almost 2 years to create this. The first was as simple as matching the colors of a Rubik's Cube.
Right.
The second, which was harder, was matching the feeling of a Rubik's Cube. So if I had a regular cube or this cube in front of you, you would not be able to tell the difference. But it took us a long time to get there.
Yeah.
Once we solved these issues for these 100% recycled products, we were able to take the knowledge that we had learned and roll it into more products. So every 3x3 Rubik's Cube that is on the market right now has 20% recycled material in it.
Oh, wow, that is progress. Have you been able to incorporate that in the idea of recyclable materials into other products?
Yeah, in fact, this Etch-a-Sketch, which is one of our classic brands right behind you, is now made from 86% recycled material.
You guys really are figuring out the art of sustainability.
Yeah, we are.
I have to ask, can I play with one?
Yes, totally. Come on in here.
It's hard to resist.
Let's dive in. See what we can make together.
Well, I have had the best time here with you guys today. It's been like this simultaneous walk down nostalgia lane, but also a peek into what might be next. So I thought I would end with a question for all of you, which is, what do you think is next in the world of toys?
I mean, that's a great question. I think the future of toy and play will still be shaped by tech advances and trends. When it comes to tech advances, digital will continue to play a huge role in enhancing that physical play. With the integration and the fluid integration of digital, it's definitely going to help unlock the imagination of our kids tomorrow.
What do you think?
I think without a doubt. The one thing is certain, and the toy industry is going to continue to change. It's rooted in newness. And any new technologies, any new media, those are tools in the belt to help us deliver magic. But I do think at the core of it, underneath it all, kids will be really playing in much the same way they played for thousands of years.
I agree completely with Ben. I think my kids play in the same way that I played when I was their age. But also to add to Curtis, like, the industry is ever evolving. What's great about Spin Master is we're known for our innovation. And we grab those trends and we mirror it and match it with the core plate patterns, and we create these amazing products with the goal and with the dream to just enhance the kids' imagination.
Well, we are all about the power of imagination at Tomorrow's World today. So again, thank you all for showing me around today and piquing my imagination. I know George would have loved to have been here. I'm sorry you couldn't, but we're gonna bring you home some goodies, okay?
Thanks, Tamara. Well, now we're able to see how ideas come to life in the toy industry. There are lots of ideas out there. Thanks, Chipper. Well, I got the Rubik's Cube, and I got a Bitsy. You know, whoever had the idea for a digitized pet who loves you, well, that is when you pay attention to it. See you next time on the next edition of Tomorrow's World Today. And remember, Tomorrow's World is where inspiration and creation drive innovation in production.